Imagine being in pain on a daily basis. So much pain that no amount of medication can fix the physical agony tormenting your body. Perhaps you're hooked up to ventilators and unable to breathe by yourself. Maybe you have an expiration date due to your terminal diagnosis and have to live in a constant stage of suffering, both mentally and physically. These are the very real scenarios that some people experience and have to live with every day. So why not let them choose when the right time to go is? Most people have experienced the complicated emotions related to the death of someone close to them. In a selfish sense, you want those people or pets to stick around forever. The thought of not having them in your life is unacceptable. But if you have had the misfortune of watching someone you love in pain, chances are you let go of your selfish desires and want your loved one to be in peace. This is what euthanasia is all about, giving somebody the choice and dignity to die on their own terms. In this speech, I will talk about the different kinds of euthanasia, the costs of keeping somebody alive while hooked up to machines, and the quality of life a person wants to live. Euthanasia is a Greek term that means good death. It stands for a self-imposed death in a painless and merciful way. There are different categories when it comes to euthanasia: voluntary, non-voluntary, active, or passive. I will explain a little bit about each one so you can begin to gain a larger understanding on the subject matter. Active euthanasia is when a person deliberately causes someone to die, such as giving them too many pain pills and overdosing the system. This means that the death is brought on by an act. Passive euthanasia means that death is brought on by omission. This can be seen as letting somebody die and withholding life-saving measures that ensure survival. An example can be when a person is not breathing on their own and the plug is pulled on the ventilator. The people will then naturally die because they are not capable of breathing on their own. The voluntary type of euthanasia means that the patient has requested to die. It is their decision and their wish to be freed of pain or burden. Involuntary euthanasia is a little bit more complicated. Involuntary means that a person other than the patient is making the life or death decision. This can be done in the event of an unconscious patient that has little to no hope for regaining consciousness again. This can also be the case with a baby or a child that has the emotional and rational ability to make the decisions but legally cannot. This can also be seen with a person with extremely low intelligence. According to statisticsbrain.com, a website compiled of gathering different statistics, 55% of terminally ill patients that die in pain. I'm betting that given the option, a good number of those patients would have preferred to go a more painless and quick route. What is the use of prolonging a life if the quality of it is controlled by pain? Staying on life support and in intensive care beds can cost somewhere around $2,000 to $4,000 a day, according to the Washington Post. This could be seen as a huge waste of resources if the patient is terminally ill or has a poor prognosis of coming out of a coma, for example. That is a huge financial burden on a family, as most people are not making enough money to sustain this cost. In comparison, the one-time cost of drugs for euthanasia is around $100. Everybody should have the basic rights of ending their life when the quality of life is heavily controlled by pain. There is a simple dignity that comes with being able to make that decision. After all, every step in life is a choice, so should death be one as well. Death should be a personal choice. No one knows what is worth living for, no one other than the patient themselves. It is selfish to want to keep someone around if they don't want to be alive anymore. Who are we to decide whether or not a person should live? If someone has the privilege of deciding when to pass on, they should have ultimate control of the situation. Euthanasia should be legalized and available to all that wish to seek it. It is not honest to judge what they want to do with their life or death. Thank you.